times. You already know who it is. It's the one and only homie Chef, aka Wings912 on IG. That's WINGZZ912 on Instagram. And if you're looking at me, we're going to talk kicks real quick. You know what I'm saying? This episode is going to be about the real versus the fake. And the reason why I am actually doing this episode is because something came across my desk. And, you know, somebody was asking me about a shoe or how a shoe looked, you know what I'm saying, to determine if they were real or fake. And it was a very hype shoe. And, you know, you don't want people to get scammed, especially when, you know, you cool with them. So, you know, you try to give them tips and pointers and hints on how to look for these things. So I started thinking about it and started noticing there was a lot of people that was, you know, started hitting me up, asking me the same question. So just want to go ahead and make a quick episode, you know what I mean, for a couple things to look at, you know what I'm saying? But I appreciate y'all tapping in, you know what I mean? So make sure you hit that subscription button, you know what I mean, before we even get started. Shout out to the Breakfast Club. You already know, the one and only homies, the Goonies. Notable things to know about right now, Action Bronson. Action Bronson has something dropping on the 4th, you know what I'm saying? Is another New Balance collab, and we've been waiting quietly and patiently, you know what I'm saying? He threw a hint like a couple weeks ago on his Instagram. April 4th is the date, so please be ready, you know what I mean? Get your money in hand, you know what I mean? Also, at your local skate shops, Udos are dropping like crazy. There's a ton of raffles out there as well. So please do what you can to get involved, because this is an important week. Also to know, the Neon 95s, oh my goodness, are all on raffle. There's a lot of places that are having them raffling. A lot of boutiques, tier 1 boutiques. So please get on Instagram, find out these raffles, get involved. You know what I'm saying? I would love to do it. Maybe I should start a Discord to help guys out. You know what I'm saying? If y'all tuned and tapped in, if you are really, you know what I mean, feeling that, you know what I mean, throw a comment down and drop it. That I should drop a Discord. I'll drop it. But yeah, we got Udos. We have Air Max 95 Neons coming. Like, this week is going to be very, very, very important, man. So please stay tuned, stay tapped in. And more importantly, good luck. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and the Action Bronsons also. Yeah, that's 3 shoes coming. Like, very important. Now, don't want to take the spotlight away, but the Rare Airs are dropping. The Rare Air 1s are dropping in men's and women's. I feel like it's going to be a fairly easy shoe to get. I don't think we're going to have a review on that shoe here because I'm just not interested in that shoe. The reason why I'm not a fan of that shoe is because that puts me in the mind of the SB Jordan 1. That was the LA to Chicago and NYC to Paris pair, and you had the wear weight paint. It's something that's already been done, and then those colorways were fire compared to, you know, what this Rare Air is. So I'm not involved in that, but hopefully we will have the Udos in for a review this week. And we can hit on some other shoes, and everything else is that it's on order starts trickling in. Like, we are, like, I have a lot of shoes out here floating right now. That's crazy, you know what I'm saying? But now what we here for, you know what I mean, what we came to see, you know what I mean, how to tell the real from the fake. Now, granted, don't really have a fake shoe in hand. This shoe was actually sent to me via picture. And the picture told a ton of stories, as you can see, you know what I'm saying? There was a lot of things that are missing just from the picture alone, or that's just wrong, you know what I'm saying? To let you know that we had to go ahead and start discussing these different features, you know what I'm saying? So please bear with me, about to go super detailed and get the close-up look at it right now. All right, boom. The first thing that I always start with is the box. This box is very, very detailed, and it has a pretty distinct color, you know? If you actually look at the box up close, you can see how it has the details of the brick, you know, just like a real brick. A lot of the fake ones is not as detailed, and the color's a little off. It seems a little bit lighter. When you flip the lid on the inside, it has the indentation of Bike Air from the front on the inside. The fakes don't even have this. This is one of the missing details that I've seen. Now let's get to the actual shoe. All right, the first thing I'm going to say is the color of the shoe. This color is a different type of color. A lot of people get it wrong. They go a little too red, or I've seen some orange, even some brown pairs, and it goes like, it's really, really off. You know what I'm saying? That shoe color is really crazy. Then not only that, but the cage color, or the mesh that like people like to call it, the mesh, the color of that is sometimes too dark because, you know, it's not the same material and they use a different type of plastic. Also, one big thing that I saw a lot of people get caught lacking on because they didn't notice about the shoe, and when you see the picture, it's not one of the things that's highlighted, but there's no 3M. You know what I mean? No 3M is crazy. You know what I mean? Like to have no 3M on the tongue, no 3M on the side panels at all, like is real wicked. Is so extra and it's just not right. You know what I mean? All right, now let's talk about the mud guard, because the mud guard is pretty special. You know what I'm saying? It's different. It's a textured material. On the fakes, the mud guard isn't as detailed and it's a lot smoother. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel rough. It doesn't have that like brick or grip feel type to it. You know what I mean? So you really need to pay attention to that. And the swoosh that's on the mud guard, you know, that swoosh is a little bit bigger on the fake pairs that I've seen. And then not only that, but the placement of it is just a little off, you know? So then it comes to the material, the actual material of the shoe, the suede. This suede is not just any suede. This is some nice suede. You see how the suede moves to touch? That should be a big thing that you should pay attention to all the way across the board. You know, like it has to move to touch. I also like to say about the actual padding of the shoe. The actual padding of the shoe matters. It's been thinner on the fakes, and like I said, this gives closer to a SB4 feel. Let's talk about the heel. The heel, bike air on the heel. When you look at bike air on the heel, I feel like the fakes that I've seen, the air is a little bit thicker. It's not as thin as it is on the actual real pair, and that's a big thing that I've seen. And then also like the the heel tab, the actual heel tab, it doesn't feel the same. You know what I mean? Like this feels it feels not as SB-ish, not as rubber as SB-ish, but it has that feel to it. The stitching and the material on the heel comes up a lot higher. And then when it comes to the overall shoe, when it comes to the air bubble, the fake pair has a narrow air bubble, as in with the real, it's just a bit more fuller. Those details that I just gave should help you be able to determine if you got a fake pair or a real pair. A lot of people like to pull out the black light, check for the tracing. That's cool too. You can do that. I just didn't feel that was necessary. I didn't have that. Like I said, I was working off a picture, but even from just looking at a picture, like just the picture alone, I saw a lot of super differences. You know what I mean? Not even subtle, very big. And then there was a lot of other things that were little minute things that you would just have to look and have the real one in hand to understand the difference. I hope I saved y'all some time and pain, because that resale is like 700. So if you're out here paying anything remotely close to that for a fake shoe, you know, I would feel for you, you know. And I'm so glad I did not pay anywhere near that number. In fact, like I've been trying a couple of things to help out with budgeting of getting like rails, and you know, it's something I'm going to bring into you in a couple weeks. You know what I'm saying? I'm still working on it. I want to, you know what I mean, check a few things, but I think it's going to work out pretty well. But yeah, man, like listen, fakes are fine. They're everywhere. People like to come up and feel like, you know, oh, I know you want this shoe, and I just so happen to have it in your size, and the price is too good to be true. 9 times out of 10, it's a foo-foo. You know what I mean? That's the new motto. If the price is too good to be true, it's a foo-foo. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta go ahead and keep each other up on point. Make sure that we don't get caught out here sleeping. You know what I'm saying? But appreciate y'all tapping in. You already know how I feel. Spread love to your family and friends. Keep it positive. 2025 is moving fast. We are already in April and it is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Stay hydrated, stay focused, stay low, stay, you know what I mean, hustling, get you some paper, and more importantly, stay out the way. You know, it ain't nothing but nonsense. Mind the business that pays you. You know, that's the motto. You know what I'm saying? And by any means, keep them sneakers clean, man. It's not a game. We're not playing. Before you go pay resale, come here and get them details. And if we catch you lacking, understand we snatching. And got pairs, man. Be easy out here.